Welcome everybody to the World of Dragons podcast, the podcast where 2.5 dragons get together to discover, review, and then discuss dragon-centric stories and worlds and whatnot, including but not limited to books, movies, and TV shows.
He literally just woke up. It's acceptable.
I mean, it's my superpower is napping.
I don't understand.
No, it's more like I just tongue twist myself all the time. Anyway, I am your host, Ray. Here as always is Bantam.
What up?
And here as sometimes is Dilatan.
Today is one of those times.
This episode we are reviewing I always fuck up this title, a 5,000-year-old dragon. Holy shit.
It's called An Herbivorous Dragon of 5,000 Years Gets Unfairly Villainized.
There we go. Who says a dragon of 5,000 years rather than a 5,000-year-old dragon? Like, what the fuck?
I don't know.
Japanese people, apparently.
I think it's like a literal translation, and that's why it sounds weird, yeah.
It's one of those... so I was looking into it when we first were gonna get into this anime, and there's a lot of manga where to catch people's attention and get them interested in reading it, kind of like, you know, when you look at the back of a book and read the blurb, a lot of manga are just putting the whole plot in the fucking title
to try to grab your attention. Yeah, it's in a similar problem. A lot of like indie books will like say what genre they are in the title. Like the title will be like something, a lit RPG tale, or Scalebound, a shifter fantasy paranormal romance. Like they'll name their stuff stupid, like that.
Well, I mean, the alternative is really obtuse titles that tell you nothing, like the book Burn, you know, and it's like, what the fuck? I have not like tried to upload a book to Amazon, but I heard that part of the problem is also Amazon has a really, really bad tagging system, and so you have to put your tags in your title for it to show up properly in like search functions and whatnot. But I don't know. Yeah, because I mean, like
take their word for it.
Like that other episode we did based on the anime, which I have the manga for, A Dragon Goes House Hunting. It's like, I mean, that tells you everything you need to know.
Well, you got to watch the intro, and then it tells the entire story from start to finish.
Yeah.
The intro to Dragon Goes House Hunting is actually pretty good.
Oh my god!
Absolutely.
So almost every anime I've ever I'm gonna have a lot of praise for this, but almost every anime that I've ever watched, either the intro is fire and the outro is or vice versa. There's only very few exceptions to that. One of which being Monster Musume, which is my favorite because it's got like a death metal outro. I like it, but the intro and outro for this are both really, really well made.
I think the best example of a show that had an intro and outro that I liked both on, Sergeant Frog.
Sergeant Frog was really good, yeah.
Yep.
Kiddo. I think I...
What about you, Dilatan? What's your favorite anime?
I think Goblin Slayer had a pretty decent outro too, didn't it?
I can't remember. I don't think I ever watched the outro to it.
I guess if we can't remember, probably not, but...
Probably not.
I haven't watched... barely watch anime in my life. I've been watching Magus. I don't think that counts.
Yeah.
Magus XLR.
Magus XLR, that game that if it were alive, he'd blow it.
Oh, I fucking would. It's the Western cartoon with the robot with the hot rod for a head.
I do kind of consider that to be anime. I mean, if you consider Avatar... The Last Airbender to be anime, even though it's made by an American
most
studio.
people don't. That's a heated topic.
Avatar Last Airbender is not anime. It is animation, but it is not anime.
I don't understand.
I don't either.
You wouldn't.
What? I'm gonna Google what anime definition.
What makes an anime?
A style of Japanese film and television animation typically aimed at adults as well as children.
Yeah, it's definitely the style.
So literally, I guess country of origin is the biggest indicator.
Not necessarily.
It says Japanese.
It says typically.
Oh, that's true.
Aha.
It's definitely the style.
Megas XLR is a parody of anime, so I'm going to count that. So Megas,
I count it. The thing is like I imagine that Megas XLR does a lot of the standard anime trope stuff too, doesn't it?
oh, easily.
Yeah. So like in Pokemon, one of the things I hate the most about anime are anime tropes. Like in Pokemon, when someone says something discouraging and a character's whole like head like drops like 8 inches and a cloud forms above their head, and or when someone is like exasperated, they teleport upside down with their legs twitching in the air, and you can't. It's like, I hate that shit. I think it's the dumbest fucking stuff in the world. But
no, honestly, I love it.
But it is a common anime thing, and so any show that does it, I just go, yeah, that's anime.
Yeah, fair. Before we devolve too deeply into anime talk and start talking about the show we're supposed to talk about, do we have any dragon news?
I got news from last episode I wasn't able to talk about.
Yeah, that's right.
Have you listened to the others? Did you leave it in or did you edit it out?
I left it in mostly, but I mean, you should still say it now because there might be some people who didn't listen to the other half of last episode to avoid spoilers.
Good point. Well, I discovered a new game on Steam that hasn't been released yet. It's in development. The usual. It is called Godsworn. It looks like a spiritual successor to Warcraft 3.
Development hell is where all dragon games will stay.
Right. Put cricket sound effects in there.
Because Warcraft 3 and nobody cares.
He's like, spiritual successor to Warcraft 3. Crickets.
Yeah, it's like no one really cares about Warcraft 3.
Everyone should care about Warcraft 3.
This is a section for dragon news, not RTS news.
Because he said that there was a dragon in the and it was a really well made dragon, I will say, but it's not dragon centric.
Hold on now, because the way Warcraft 3 worked, how it shot off was because of the custom maps you can make with that fucking game and make dragon-centric content. If we get another, like, Warcraft 3 base, we could have, like, fucking whatever the hell we want. That's why I'm excited. The custom maps for Warcraft 3 are the best things about that game.
That is true.
I mean, that is true, but I don't think we'll ever get a repeat. I mean, we have StarCraft 2, the map maker, and that never took off.
I think it's because sci-fi is not as great as fantasy.
No, they actually modded fantasy into sci-fi. They actually they redid fucking everything in that game. The only problem is that the community of StarCraft 2 is a bunch of elitist assholes who don't like role players and actually kicked them all off.
I think we've also reached an age where it's relatively easy to make your own game. That if you're going to put the effort in to try to make it in the map editor, you might as well just make the game.
That's debatable, because the map editor always has like everything you need as far as asset-wise, and all the coding and shit's already done. So
they also
cuts have to work.
They also use it as a way to prototype a game that they want to make. A lot of games that have come out that have been really successful started as a mod to another game.
Well, that's just it. Because of how Blizzard did their terms and conditions with the new Warcraft 3 Reforged update, anything they make in their maps belongs to Blizzard.
To them. Yeah.
So that's why I'm kind of hoping that this takes off, because it's now for like a way for modders to escape Blizzard's like strangling hold on all mods.
Imagine being so terrified of Dota that we can never let this happen again.
Yeah, that's
pretty much what happened.
I have a slightly related piece of dragon news. I don't know if when the general audience is hearing this, if it'll be relevant anymore.
It'll be in about 2 weeks.
So maybe like when you're hearing this, run out to the movie theater and go watch the D&D movie. And if your theater is doing it, they have a popcorn bowl that you can buy that is a giant D20. And that is fucking amazing. And Ray and I are both going to get one.
Yep.
Well, get me one. I might not be able to get one.
All right, I'll get you one.
Yay.
Why would you go to the movie theater, Dilettante?
Our movie theater sucks.
Yeah,
and it's very dangerous.
Got really, really good movie theaters.
Comrade in our lava audience says that can we roll the D20 for Pathfinder? It's like, yeah, it's going to be a loud clattering sound, and hopefully the cover doesn't pop off.
Roy, that saved it, Bantam. Okay. Oh shit! There was still popcorn inside. No.
I come out and I
Mess everywhere.
grab your D20. I just roll advantage and just, all right, here I go. And I step away from the computer and throw them onto the carpet. All right.
Oh, Bantam's dead.
Popcorn sent to death.
All right.
Best way to go.
Any other dragon news? Even if it's only barely dragon news like Dilettant's piece was?
Hey, still counted. It has the potential to be dragon news, okay?
No, not that I can think of.
Yeah, I can't think of anything either. We very rarely have dragon news, honestly.
Yeah.
We're just kind of... Hopefully one day it'll be like Slab's Fist Table. Oh boy, do we got news? Scalebound is back. Or some bullshit.
No, we've already determined we're in the worst timeline where we didn't get Scalebound.
Problem is I exist in multiple timelines, so I keep forgetting that sometimes.
It was nice visiting that other realm and getting to play it.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so... How about for our other segment, In Other Worlds? Anything fun you guys have been up to you want to share with people?
No.
No one's doing anything fun ever?
Hey,
we don't have fun here?
I'm back into... I've given up World of Warcraft. The grind is too oppressive. And I'm back in Final Fantasy XIV.
I've had a couple of things happen to me. One, me and Abhishek finished the Cybern campaign as Supreme Commander. We're working on UEF, and I'm trying to teach my brother how to do it, and he doesn't understand the economy system at all.
It's not a very good economy system.
It's a fucking fantastic economy system for the game, okay? Listen, you want to have a massive battle, you need to have unlimited resources. And that's kind of how it works. You just build the buildings to make more resources at a rate. It's all about rates.
I don't know. I don't like infinite resources.
I fucking love it. Well, I mean... It balances out because those things are actually highly volatile and will destroy all surrounding structures. So, I mean, yeah, you get infinite resources, but you also put a giant bomb in your base.
So the anime An Herbivorous Dragon of 5,000 Years gets unfairly villainized.
What, Bantam doesn't want to talk about RTSs?
No, he never does.
It's gonna tangent. I know it's gonna.
I mean, but we actually have room to tangent this time. This was a surprisingly short anime.
Yeah, this anime's as long as our normal episodes.
12 episodes. If you take out the intro and outro, which the way I do anime, I always watch the intro and the outro at least once. Unless it's like Goblin Slayer and the intro is so goddamn banger, you have to watch it every time. But,
every single time.
Every single time. And then listen to it in the car. But, yeah, if you take out the intro and outro, each episode is like 10 to 11 minutes, 12 episodes.
These are basically half episodes.
Yeah. And when we watched it, Ray found out that the I guess you could say season finale came out like 4 or 5 days ago.
So the season finale in Japanese, I think, came out like literally the day that we watched it. Because I'm pretty sure it's been uploaded like on the website for longer, but that was just in Chinese only, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know why I didn't notice that they were such short episodes when I was watching it by myself, and then it's like, hey, let's do this for the show, okay. And then when I watched it with Bantam, I was like, wow, this feels really short. And then we looked at the time, we're like, oh,
well, let's just crush through the whole fucking anime in one day, I guess.
But yeah, the anime was based off of a light novel series that was written on a self-publishing website, which I don't remember the name of the website, but I'm assuming it was just like Japan's vision of Wattpad. So that's where it was published first, and then it was picked up by somebody, Square Enix, I think, and redone as a manga, and then later on, just now, it's being done as an anime. So the story is compact. It's already done. It already exists. You can go and read either the manga or the light novel and get everything. It's not an infinite series like
One Piece,
like One Piece is or Naruto was.
The fact that every time
issue 1000.
The fact that every time I go to Reddit after work to just read articles, and on the front page it's always like One Piece chapter 1078, and I'm like, what the fuck?
How could it still be interesting after this long?
It can't be. It can't be.
I watched the One Piece anime for a bit. The sheer amount of filler they go through, dear God.
Is it worse than Dragon Ball?
No. Because the amount of filler to amount of main storyline, there's definitely more filler, but it's actually good filler.
The thing with Dragon Ball is that their filler consists of people charging up their attacks for 3 or 4 episodes. And then, while they're charging up their attacks, seeing what the side characters are doing.
The side characters are commenting that the main character's charging his attack stronger than you ever used to.
It's interplanetary scale attacks with people floating in the air charging attacks at each other, and everyone on the whole fucking planet can see it happening.
Can sense it.
And
sense it.
And
it's
is
like,
staring
this is
off
stronger than he's ever done before. What's he doing?
Oh my god. He's hit Super Saiyan level 78.2. Ah!
If he charges up any longer, he could explode. What are you doing, Goku?
Ah! Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
There you go. That's the show.
That's the whole show.
We have summed up the entire show. Anyway, the light novel of the Vegan Dragon is only 3 books, and the manga adaptation is only 5 volumes. So it's not that long at all compared to other manga series. Anyway,
so one thing I want to say up front is that because I mentioned that I don't like the whole anime tropes thing, where characters turn into chibi or whatever. If done in the right way, I guess, or at least if the anime itself is good enough, I seem to not notice or tolerate it, and this is one of those. This anime is non-stop comedy. The whatever scenes are in this that are serious only last for 10-15 seconds.
And they can afford to be nonstop because they're half length.
Yeah, and there's Ray may disagree with me, but I feel like if you've ever watched One Punch Man, this anime kind of has the same feel of it, where one character is usually super serious and ultimately powerful, and the other character is useless. So with the dragon in this situation is basically
I haven't really watched One Punch Man. I've seen a couple episodes because Bantam forced me to. I would say this show is reverse One Punch Man.
Yeah, it's the main character, arguably the dragon, Raviana. He is useless. He can't fight. He's pathetic. And then we'll get into it later, but he has a companion who is all powerful and without even trying just sweeps away entire events. So it's funny having the side character be the one that's the badass. But yeah, so the dragon is a black dragon who is mistaken for the ultimate evil dragon.
Yeah,
the right hand of the demon lord, which we never get to see in the anime.
We're never going to learn the dragon's name. He's just the old guy.
No,
he's the old one.
Actually, I'm not really sure if anyone has ever used his real name. I found it out through the wiki.
The night lady calls him Ravani or whatever.
Right. Whatever. Yeah. But everybody just refers to him as the evil dragon. The only thing about the dragon that annoyed me was that he kept referring to himself as old me. Every time he was talking, he's like, old me can't possibly do it, or old me is scared. And it's like, ugh.
I mean, he is old. He's 5,000 years old.
I know. It scale.
I wonder if that in that universe is that considered grandpa levels for dragons. That's still he's in the prime of his life.
I mean, 5,000 years are the prime of your life. That doesn't compute.
Oh yeah. As Comrade mentioned, he also refers to himself as eyes. I''S. He never uses, or I don't know. He has a weird way of talking, but it's not awful. But yeah, he's a vegan. He only eats plants. He's terrified of everything. They actually show in one of his backstories that he saw some plants, or he saw a rabbit or something like that, and he tried to get some plants, and the rabbit kicked him in the face.
It's the weakest dragon ever. It's major Major Dilettante vibes.
You two gotta explain this Dilettante vibe to me.
The entire time we were
I mean,
watching
you saw it, right, Dilettante? You watched the show? You didn't skip out on it?
I watched it, but I still
Okay,
don't
how
understand.
do you not get the Dilettante vibes?
I don't understand the Dilettante vibe.
It's totally just you as a dragon.
Vibes are a third-person experience. Only others... You can't experience your own vibe.
That is true. He is 100% correct. He is adorable, he's pathetic, and he can't fly. Dilettante.
And he's weak.
Well, I guess one out of those two was a compliment, so okay.
And he's also dragged into bullshit he doesn't want to deal with all the time.
It's also true.
Now the other thing, I mentioned this to Ray. The other thing that kind of surprised me about this anime is everybody knows how much I hate humans. I can't, if it's a fantasy anime, I don't like humans being in it, because the humans are always the problem. I just don't like seeing humans in fantasy anime. Like, I'd rather everyone be elves and dwarves and shit, and humans don't exist. I'd
rather they be Lizardmen and Gnolls, thank you.
Yeah, or that would be preferable. But in this anime, the human characters were really well done. I actually really, really enjoyed almost every side character. For anyone who loves comedy anime, and also watch Konosuba, so the main characters, arguably, aside from the dragon and his apprentice, there is a knight. I'll never know her fucking name. It's nonsense. But
I want the record to show that these are all animes that Bantam would have never watched without me, because he doesn't.
That is 100% true. Ray has a 100% hit rate on, hey, let's really watch this anime, and I'm like, anime, and he'll make me watch it, and I love it.
I'm like, no, sit down. We're watching this show.
Ray has my preferences fucking dialed in to a surgical precision. But like, there's also a lot of like Konosuba vibes where the female knight character is a lot like Darkness from Konosuba, except she's a sadist. She likes inflicting pain instead of being inflicted on her. And like, she even has a sword that inflicts pain. Like, she'll slash you with it and it doesn't cause any physical damage, but you feel the pain. Which, at first, I said to Ray, I was like, that sounds like the most useless fucking sword ever. And then there's a former demon army character that is basically a water elemental or a water demon. And she definitely has aqua vibes from Konosuba.
I think that's just all water goddesses. Like,
Yeah.
the freaking water goddess. I've been watching fuck these anime names. It's the one where the guy's superpower is online grocery.
Yeah, I don't know.
Campfire cooking in another world with my absurd skill.
Yay, anime titles!
Yeah, but anyway, so I've been watching that, and there's the elemental goddesses, fire, earth, air, whatever. And again, the water goddess. Wait, hold on. No, she's actually the wind goddess. Never mind. Okay. I thought they were just picking on water elementals, water aligned people the whole time.
I don't know if there's any dragons in the anime. Feel free to remove this if you need, Ray. But there was that anime that I mentioned to you a long time ago where a guy gets isekai'd to a world with beastmen or whatever, and he's.
You have any idea how little that narrows it down?
He's supposed to fight against the beastmen, but instead he joins them. Like, he accidentally power bombs the princess, and so he.
Oh, that's the wrestler gets isekai.
Yeah,
it's like, I just want to open a pet shop.
Yeah, it's a wrestler who loves animals, and so when he gets isekai'd, he sides with the quote unquote evil beastmen.
He doesn't side with anybody. He just wants nothing to do with it. He wants to go open a pet shop, and yeah, he doesn't really side with anybody.
Oh. Well, then the synopsis I read was wrong. But does that have any dragons in it? Because I'd love to watch that one.
Not as far as I've seen, but I've only seen. I saw like 7 episodes, and then I gave up on it because Hulu. But yeah. Anyway, so Bantamori kind of went over the brief synopsis of the show. Trying to stay spoiler free, but I mean, there's not a lot of show to talk about.
Well, there's not really a lot to spoil either, because we never see the bad guy.
It's basically a comedy of errors type show.
Yeah.
It's like just his stuff happening, and it usually tends to go wrong. But it's funny.
Yeah. So the general synopsis, without, I mean, as he said, there's not really anything to spoil.
If there was supposed to be a theme tying it all together, it would be he doesn't want to be here and he's trying to get rid of the kid that's worshiping him.
Yeah. He basically has this girl present herself to him as a sacrifice because she's hoping that if he eats her, he'll spare the humans and help them in their war against the Demon King. And he's vegan and he doesn't know how to get that through to her head. So, when he realizes that she's not going to stop until, she's dead, he pretends that he ate her soul, but he can do it in such a way that she
ate part of her soul. I 2 days worth of your soul. Nom 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 nom.
And but he does it in a way that she doesn't die. And so she's like, finally, and the thing is this little girl is basically a magic prodigy. She's super fucking powerful. And because the placebo effect of thinking that she is now intrinsically linked to the dragon, she now has the ability to harness all of her power. Because she believes that the dragon is giving her that power, but it's really just power she's already had. And the dragon throughout most of the anime is trying to get rid of her, or trying to find a place for her. Basically, he wants to go back to eating plants and being in his cave and being left alone. And one of the things that worried me when we first started watching was I was afraid, because he's constantly talking to other characters and telling them, like, look, I'm a vegan dragon. I don't know how to fight. I have no abilities. I don't understand what the fuck is going on. I was really sure that every other side character in the anime was going to be like, you're lying to me, ha ha ha. But no, a lot of characters are like, oh shit, for real? Well, don't let her find out because it'll destroy her.
There's an equal amount of characters that are like, you think I'd buy that crap?
Yeah, that's true. But, yeah.
But yeah, to go over some of the bullet points that are supposed to be in the spoiler-free section, but I don't even know if there's going to be a spoiler break, honestly. Ugh, we'll see. Not really much. There's not enough substance.
The whole anime is like, if you watch the first episode, you can watch the rest of the episodes in any order.
Yeah.
Everything is kind of self-contained.
Episodic that way. I think most of the plot twisty spoiler stuff actually probably isn't in anime format. It might all be in the novel still.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't really feel like there's anything to spoil. It's just it's just hijinks.
If they do, I'm almost tempted to buy the manga because I'm curious. Like,
it's like trying to spoil the first season of Pokemon. It's like you can't. There's nothing that happens.
Yeah, it's like the big bad in this series is the Demon King, and we never get to see him. We never hear from him. He's just kind of in the background
mentioned.
He's an unknown enemy in the background.
But anyway, the synopsis done. What quality? Was it a quality product, Phantom?
Yes. Oh, fuck yeah. Go ahead, Dilettante. Go ahead.
Oh, he's done. He just wanted to say yes.
Yeah, I just want to say yes. Because it was quality.
I really liked it. Like I said, the anime tropes of the dragon was constantly I swear to God, there was probably like a solid 60 seconds throughout all 12 episodes where the dragon was drawn in a serious style. The only detailed part of his entire body that was ever drawn was his irises. Most of the rest of the time he was super deformed, chibi, whatever. There is a plot point where he drinks this juice that makes him small, because the night character says, your size is problematic, let's fix that. And she gives him this giant cask of enchanted water that shrinks him down to essentially like lizard man size. Like, he's just slightly taller than the average person, and it turns him so fucking adorable. The other thing, he doesn't have any wings. So he literally just looks like a...
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, Dilettante, canonically now, you no longer have wings.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, I have wings. I will always have wings. Don't you take my wings away, you motherfucker.
I'm taking your wings away.
Pop them off like Lego pieces.
Pop.
But yeah, he spends most of the anime in his... as Ray and I would call it his travel form. Constantly dealing with his little apprentice who thinks that it's demeaning and belittling of him, and if anybody even refers to him as cute, she gets super angry. There's a lot of comedy of him trying to get food because he's hungry often, but he doesn't want her to see him eating plants. But yeah, he is probably one of the cutest anime dragons I've ever seen. Because, like, A Dragon Goes House Hunting, I liked the concept of the anime. I loved the characters. But the dragon itself was drawn really butt-fucking ugly.
And not really.
I don't like his face. His face was hideous.
I think he was okay as far as anime dragons go.
It was way too detailed for the level of comedy that the anime was going for.
Why are all the dragons in anime like dragon-centric animes? Why are they all like so insubstantial? Like, it's Dragon Goes House Hunting, the 5,000-year-old vegan dragon, the fucking dragon maid, whatever her name is, Kobayashi's dragon maid. It's like these are all like nothings.
Well,
really.
Well, to be fair, the dragon being an all-powerful, insurmountable, dealer of death has also been done like crazy. And, you want kids to be interested in dragons because dragons are a really good way to get people interested in media. If your anime has a dragon on the cover, people are more likely to buy it. I swear to God. And, having the dragon be something that people can love and relate to is a lot more powerful than, oh yeah, here's this dragon that destroyed an entire city and killed some of your favorite characters. It's like,
I mean, that's relatable. I like that.
But the average audience probably doesn't. I don't know. I mean, we're also not cognizant of all dragon media there is. So, I mean, there's probably a lot more examples where the dragons are not comic relief or nonsense.
But also with them being the main character, like most of the times when they're not comic relief, they're also like, hey, we'll be there like 5% of the time.
Well, because how boring would an anime be if you had an all-powerful evil dragon as the
I
main
don't think
character?
it'd be boring at all.
It would, because it would
the amount of other animes that exist where the main character is overpowered, like Overlord, like the reincarnated as slime, like this, that it is a trope in itself that's becoming more and more. It's like, no, you cannot tell me it would be unfun to have an all-powerful dragon or whatever.
No.
It's been done with non-dragons.
It's fine if they're all-powerful, but they have to be relatable. They have to, the audience has to love them to deal with an anime where they're their main character. And if they're brooding and evil, then it's just not enjoyable to watch. I mean, even Overlord had its moments where the character was being super serious all the time, and it was like, yeah. And it was only when, he broke character or, was self-monologuing in his real-life dork voice that people were like, I kind of like Einzangul.
Not even.
Ainzel Gone? I don't fucking remember his name.
Fake news. I don't think anybody liked his character break moments. I'm pretty sure they liked him because he was brooding and melancholy.
I mean, I loved when he was doing the voice, like the super serious voice, but I don't know, a lot of his motivations were silly.
Not even.
Yeah, he'd be like, well, what should I do in this situation? Because I gotta be evil. Oh.
That happened much less than you remembering.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know, like all right, here's one tiny good example. When Ainz fucking laid siege to the Lizardmen and just murdered hundreds of them just to force them to join him, like that made me hate him as a character. And if it weren't for the fact that he just snapped his fingers and revived them, and then they were like, okay, sure, we'll come with you, I don't think I would have continued watching the anime because he was being an asshole, and that's not enjoyable for me to watch. He's killing...
You only hated it because they were lizard men. If it was like just some random city of humans, then you'd have been like, heck yeah, I'm on board.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so, bad example. That's just you being racist.
No, it's speciest. I don't hate different races. I guess it would be racist because humans are a race. But, yeah, I keep humans out of my goddamn media. Deal with them in real life every day. I don't need to deal with them in my fucking media.
Amen to that.
Humans don't belong in fantasy.
They don't.
Hot takes.
Hot takes.
All right, so we were tangenting so hard off this list with quality. The show was good quality.
Oh, the show was
very
super
well
good
made.
quality.
I'm honestly trying to think of an example of an anime that I would say was bad quality. Because the thing with like books, when we talk about books quality, is because it's much easier for somebody to just pick up a pen and read a book and boom, done. I wrote a book, right? And so it could be bad quality because maybe they didn't do a second pass and so their grammar is meh, or maybe their English not their first language, but they try to write in English is something, right? But like a lot of times anime will not have these problems, so I can't give an example of a bad quality anime.
I'm trying. Well, the thing is my knowledge of anime is pretty limited. I watch what I'm forced to. I
guess an example of bad quality could be just you just didn't like the style they went for. Like, for example, and people are gonna hate me for this, the anime Demon Slayer, I don't like it. I don't like the pacing, and I do not like the art style. So for me, I would say bad quality. Didn't like it, but everyone loves it because it's so unique and the art style is very beautiful. And it's like, I get that. That's different in taste.
Yeah, I mean, there is one anime that is intrinsically anime that I fucking hated, but I can't mention it because the people will assume the wrong thing. Afro Samurai. Like, that was literally made by a Japanese studio. It is literally anime. I fucking hated Afro Samurai. It was so fucking just pompous and stupid.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Literally, that's what it says on the box. It's a black samurai with a giant afro, smokes weed. There's guns for some reason. Lots of
because there's a black guy, of course there's guns.
Yeah, there's a lot of Boondocks shit in it, and it's like Boondocks.
I think it's just an example of Japan being racist again.
No, it wasn't, because it was made by a Japanese studio based on a screenwriter or story writer from America. Like, it was his thing. Samuel L. Jackson played the main character, and it's like the thing is I love Boondocks, but in this setting, the samurai aesthetic, I did not like it. Made me really happy when he lost to Samurai Jack in Death Battle. But I don't like whatever studio made Afro Samurai. I just don't like that studio. I think I don't like the weird crosshatch semi 3D animation style. But again, that's not.
Oh yeah, that's fair. I don't like when animation tries to mimic the crosshatch. I'm like,
yeah,
I don't like that.
Like a lot of people who may have seen Ninja Batman or Batman Ninja. I don't know the way the title went. Was made by the same studio. Awful. Don't like it. Didn't look good. The Sturgill Simpson music videos for The Sound and the Fury. Same studio. Not good. I mean, the music was great, but I just don't like that. I don't like that I'm trying to make it 3D, but also look animated. It looks jarring. But again, that's all personal taste. That's not to say that those animes are bad. It just means I didn't like them. I actually, yeah, like I said, my pool to draw from is pretty small, so I don't actually know a good example of an anime that I didn't like because the anime itself was just bad.
I mean, like, I guess One Piece itself is a good example of a really unique art style that some people may not vibe with.
Yeah.
So I think I should point out that this anime's art style is very, very normal. They didn't try anything fancy with it. It looks.
This sure is anime.
Yeah.
Yep, that's anime.
This sure is a cartoon that was drawn by people.
Look at that. Look at the way they drew those eyes. Or when a character's head is looking to the left or right and they talk and their mouth like kind of appears like where their cheek would be.
I never noticed when it happens, so you pointed out and I'm like, oh yeah, look at that.
They talk out of the side of their cheek. Fucking hate that shit.
But anyway, the next point to go over would be its believability and verisimilitude. Like, I guess, does the storyline make sense? Did you lose faith at any point because, like, that would never happen? Psh.
No, because the anime did the opposite of what I expected, which is I expected everybody to be like, "Oh my god, it's the great evil dragon," and then he's like, "No, here's the actual story," and then he tells them, and then they're like, "Oh god, he's lying, he's trying to lower my guard," and it's like, no, there's a couple characters who legit were like, "All right, don't let her find out, you fucking weirdo."
There was there only one, and that was the lady with the pain sword that doesn't kill. I swear she was the only one that believed him.
Yeah, but keep in mind that the cast of quote-unquote main characters in this anime are so small that one person believing him was enough for me. Like, there's the water element, the water god, there's the night character, there's the little boy who is basically like a background character.
He's just comedic relief. He's trying to save his girlfriend, who was the little girl that got sacrificed, and he's training with the what's her face?
Night lady.
Yeah, the night lady.
Loved her. God, I loved her so much.
We should keep a list of names so we know who we're talking about.
Thing is that like I wrote down her name at one point, and then I looked at it for like a really long time, and I was like, I'm never gonna be able to pronounce this.
I can't even pronounce the little girl's name.
The little girl's name is Reiko, or Rico, R-E,
which is
R-E-I-K.
not what the subtitles called her, which is really weird.
Yeah, Aliante. Aliante is the knight, but it's on the wiki. It's Aliante, but in the anime, there's 2 apostrophes, and it's done different ways depending. And apparently, the water elemental, her name is literally Water Saint. So. I guess
they never gave her a name.
They never gave her a name.
But alright, I guess Dilatan.
Hi.
Dilatan, X out of 5 stars, and would you live here?
5 out of 5 stars. I would not live there as a dragon. It's so many annoying inconveniences. Just trying to take a nap, and I like sleeping.
So you're saying that from the perspective.
It's me. I'm the annoying inconvenience.
I was going to say, so from your perspective, you're the dragon in this.
Yeah. No, I can vibe.
Why would he not be a dragon?
Yeah, I mean, we already said that the dragon is basically Dilatan, so that makes sense. That tracks.
Yeah, see all that annoying shit he had to deal with? I don't want to deal with all that.
Dilatan's too old for this shit.
Too old for this shit.
Bantam.
5 out of 5, and you know what? I think I would. The humans in this universe are not a problem. Like, they're not... Everything that I've ever hated about humans in any other anime, it's not the same in here. Like, the military for the city that Aliante was commanding over, they weren't shown outside the city. They were just trying to defend the city from skeletons and weird harpy monsters or whatever. But, like, they were really polite. They... it doesn't even look like it's a highly militarized we need to take over. Every human city seemed to be very isolated and very self-contained and very peaceful.
Yeah. I wonder if there's even a human king at all.
I don't know.
I don't think there's a human nation. I think it's just a collection of cities.
Yeah, and
no, the demon lord controls everything.
Oh, that's true. But I mean, like, he controls everything, and I guess he's just content to let It sounds to me like the Demon King's true motivation is to just show up every once in a while, slap some people around, and be like, "Yeah, I'm in charge," and then go back to.
I mean, isn't that what most rulers are?
But like using the city from the water spirit, or the her city, she tried to kill humans and accidentally created a utopia of fertile land and beautiful water. And then they started worshipping her, and the humans are portrayed in that city as just blissfully ignorant and stupid. Like, yeah, she's trying to drown them all in mud, and they're like, fertile soil, oh, she blesses us once again, and she's like, what the fuck? But yeah, I think I'd live here, because I don't think the humans are a problem. This is the first anime with humans in it that they're not a problem. So yeah, 5 out of 5, and I would.
I mean, the demons and the skeletons and the other stuff's kind of a problem.
Well, they even said...
It's only been a problem recently.
No, they even said that the skeletons don't attack people. They just set fires and run away when a human tries to fight it. The harpies fly around doing nothing until they're shot down, and then when they die, a skeleton pops out of them, and the skeleton starts fires, and anytime...
And a skeleton popped out.
And then a skeleton popped out, and then anytime a human tries to fight the skeleton runs away. Like, even when they were showing the scenes of the city on fire, there were no dead humans. People were just, like, swinging spears at skeletons as the skeletons were, like, backed into a corner, like, meh. It doesn't even feel like there's any danger to anyone.
I mean, I guess. Well, no, the shadow wolves.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
There has to be a danger to people, because if there wasn't a danger, why would they
Ask the
beseech
dragon?
the dragon at the beginning?
Yeah. The shadow wolves were probably the only thing that was actually threatening in the entire anime.
It's definitely very lighthearted anime.
Yeah, because even later on, when another dragon shows up who looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh dragon, it's a silver dragon with plate mail on. Even he is like, no, I must be respectful. I can't attack at night. That's dishonorable. I'm going to show up and I'm going to tell the humans, hey, you, I'm in charge. You know, he didn't even seem that threatening.
Yeah, and so that's why I'm actually giving this, I guess I'll give it 4 out of 5 stars. I wanted to say 3, but, you know, it was good for what it was. It's a nice, humorous anime. There's no real stakes. It's just a fun show to just vibe in. But no, I would not live here, because me, personally, dragons should always be the most powerful being, looked down on humans, right? But, like, in this show, so far they've been portrayed as like, no, here, little girl beats everybody up.
Okay, well, she's.
I understand she's unique, but also I can't vibe with the anime for that reason alone.
Yeah.
It's like the fact that the main dragon character is the
Whimpering little simp.
No, he's not a simp at all. You just want to throw that word out.
No, simp.
He's the comedic relief character. Just like
I'm about to teach you something.
That simp is short for simpleton. Yes, I understand.
A silly or foolish person. That is the true dictionary term for it, and people corrupted it into the fact that you...
Well, you know what? Yes, people have corrupted it. You have to go with that definition now.
No.
You get mad when authors say that a character ejaculated, and like, no, you can't say that. I'm like, that's they're using the original definition, but no, you're like, you can't use that because the internet corrupted it. So there, same logic against you.
All right, fine. I concede.
I'm reading another book right now where the author used the term his ejaculations to mean like his complaints or something, and I giggled on your behalf, like, because I understand what it means, but like I understand on your behalf I laughed.
That's great.
Anyway, this is when we would have our break to come back and spoil stuff, but I don't know if we even need to bother with that.
Yeah, I guess we could talk about the girl and her whole thing. That could be a spoiler.
I guess.
That's like the only spoiler, though.
Yeah, it really is.
Tragic backstory.
Well, yeah, because, like, all right, so we're going to do a little spoiler break so that Ray has an excuse to put his music in.
Sure. We'll see if I keep that during editing. We'll see how much longer we have to talk. If we only go like 20 minutes longer, then no, I won't bother.
Okay.
But this is where we'll go if we use it.
If we use it. Play the music at 200% speed. Okay. So, yeah. Welcome back. Possibly.
Maybe you never left.
Maybe you never left. Maybe we never left.
Maybe we're right there in the room with you right now.
At any rate, the only thing that I would consider to be a major spoiler, and again, because each episode is kind of self-contained, the only overarching plot is the little girl's origin. And there's several times throughout the anime where you get a little snippet of her backstory. She was born different. She basically has
No, she's literally a half demon, right?
I think she's half demon, because even though she looks like a dragon when she half transforms, it's described as demon whatever. But so she has a slight horn.
Do you think the dad fucked a dragon? Is that what happened?
Maybe, or a demon. I don't know. Or maybe the dad is a demon, or was a demon, or the mom was. I don't know. But yeah, I don't think we ever get to see the mom. But
no.
But she has a horn on the left side of her head that basically her hair is wrapped around and then tied so that it just looks like a hair covered lump sticking out of the back of her head. But that's how you know that there's something up with her. Her father gave her this little red ribbon to tie around it, which reminds her of him. He died trying to defend her from the demon army. And so she has a lot of really tragic backstory. Copyright.
I thought he died trying to defend her from the townspeople.
They show him twice. They show him 3 times. One when he's tucking her in and says "I love you," and she's like, "Okay, Daddy," or whatever. But then there's the one where she's in a room, a whole bunch of people burst in, and they slam the door, and she sees her dad fending off demons. And she cries as the door is closed. But then there's a second flashback where her dad is on the shore after they get off a boat, and that apparently she used some of her demonic power to save them. But everyone's like, "Oh, demon!" And so he's hugging her, and she's crying. And then it looks like the dad dies right there too.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
So I don't know. Maybe she's confusing her own memories. I don't know. But yeah, so she's half demon. So she's always had these abilities, but she's learned to, I guess, repress them. And when she beseeches the dragon for help, and the dragon lies and says, "I ate your soul, so now you're tied to me," she now feels like she can do all these things. And so she's basically no longer repressing her actual powers. She is superhumanly strong. She can use magic like crazy. She's got a dagger that she can anime slice through fucking anything, and she can grow wings of pure darkness. And apparently she can apply them to others.
But she basically kidnaps the dragon with them.
She kidnaps the dragon with him. She climbs on his back, and then he grows wings. And then they start flying, and he's horrified. Like, "Oh, God, what's happening?" So she's in control of the wings that she puts on someone else. But
I've flown before. I just can't now.
Too full of chickens. Yeah, so there's at one point in the last couple episodes where she loses control. There's a little demon, like a little itty-bitty lesser demon that infects anyone that touches it. And it basically unlocks your deepest, darkest, most evil desires. And it passes through different characters throughout the last few episodes to various comedic effects or ill effects. But when it finally gets to her, it completely unhinges her and breaks her brain. And so
and then it died, right? Like it was like deleted by her inner darkness.
She was so evil and so full of inner power that she fucking eradicated the demon, but he broke open the doors. And so she was half transformed, her legs, her arms, and she got horns, and she got a tail, and she basically looked like a half dragon. And so she spent, kind of like Dragon Ball Z, charging up a giant ball of death while characters talked idly around her.
God, that was so Dragon Ball Z.
It was fucking funny. It's just a bunch of characters standing like 100 feet away while she's floating in the air, charging up basically like a house-sized projectile of death. And they're like, "What do we do? What do we do?" And they just spend like the entire episode discussing it. Yeah, she's not in control of her powers. She even the night character mentions that she goes all out way too much. She doesn't know how to harness it, which is dangerous. And so I guess really that's the only spoiler major story element. Every time we do get a flashback with her, it's very, very sad.
It really, honestly, it wasn't. I have a tendency to not think things are sad if they try too hard to be sad, and this really felt like a D&D character backstory level of I'm trying to be sad and edgy. So it's like,
Everyone else at the table's having fun and trying to be silly, and this one character's like, "This reminds me of the time my family was killed by mercenaries."
And then they mailed me their heads afterwards.
Oh God. But yeah, aside from that, as we never the whole basis of the plot of the anime is that, you know, the dragon is supposed to be protecting humanity, and she's his little apprentice, and they're moving around trying to combat the demon army, but it's always him explaining like, we shouldn't do this, we should do this instead. You know, he is constantly trying to get rid of her, and she can sense him. So whenever he tries to get rid of her, she always ends up coming back, and it's usually to save his life because he's useless. Which is always, it's pretty funny. I think it's funny. At one point, he falls down into a cave and meets the god of hunting, which I told Ray, I was like, you know, I like the anti-trope. The god of hunting is another, I guess you could say, kind of major character. He looks like some sort of cultist or necromancer, which I told Ray I appreciated that because he's literally the god of hunting. He taught human beings how to hunt, and he looks nothing like, if you asked 100 people, design a god that teaches people how to hunt, I don't think anybody would come even close to what this thing looked like.
God of hunting should always look like Hercene.
It should always look like Hercene. It should have antlers or horns. It should be covered in furs.
Or be a wolf.
Or be a wolf, or be a deer, or, you know, what, or be a guy with a giant bow and arrow and thousands of arrows on a, you know, whatever. Anything that you could possibly imagine for the god of the hunt. This character looked nothing like it. He had a black robe. He had a featureless face with a mouth, full of like really eerily human teeth, and he had like glowing blue neon lines over his body.
And the way he spoke was...
And, well, yeah. Go ahead, Dilton.
No, it's just... I don't even know how to explain it.
Let's duct tape Bantam in the back room and give Dilettante 10 minutes to talk uninterrupted.
Yeah.
Oh no, I got the floor. I wasn't prepared.
You have the floor, Dilettante.
Oh no. Although I will admit the training montage with the hunter and the dragon was fucking 10 out of 10.
The fact that he kept messing everything up. How about the time when he was like, give me 100 sit-ups, and he lays on his back and just foop, falls over.
Ray and I legit burst out laughing. We had to pause it. It made his partner come running into the room like, well, what happened? What happened?
Come on, Dilettante. Come on.
I can't think. I don't know.
Spew knowledge.
I'm trying to remember. Like I did watch the whole thing yesterday, but it was such a quick, like, it was so fast. I'm having trouble recalling.
I will say, in defense of Dylan.
No, you're duct taped.
I will say, well, I've cut it open. I will say that in defense of Dilettante, this anime was incredibly short, and there's not really a lot to talk about. It was
very compact.
It was an entertaining 2 hours of my day.
Yeah, literally, like I was like, we can't last minute this. We gotta watch it. And like, nope, it's over. I'm like, oh, okay, we did it all in one day. Okay, there's no more.
Yeah.
Do you guys think you're invested enough to care about reading the light novel
Yes,
or the manga?
I actually am.
Not as much as Dragon Ghost House Hunting. Right now, that's my top of the list. If I wanted to go for a manga, that would be the one I go for. For this one, that's like maybe secondary to tertiary, but like there wasn't enough to really get me hooked.
Hold on, I need you to try to say tertiary again.
Tertiary.
No, say it the way you said it.
No, I'm never. No, apparently that's wrong. So I'm never doing it again.
All right, now I need to know how he said it.
He said like territory.
Tertiary is how. I can hear Bantam slowly dying.
I muted it.
You muted it?
Shut up.
It's okay. It's a tough word, Dilettante. Pat.
I can't even.
What are you looking up?
I'm trying to find the manga on Amazon. It's not even there. I found a book called Dragons Love Tacos. Book 1 of 2. It's a teacher's pick.
Dilettante, do you love tacos?
No.
No, Dilettante doesn't like anything that isn't chicken. But yeah, I can't find this manga. But I found Dragons Love Tacos, book 1 of 2.
Oh, right. I remember what I was going to say now. Since I'm pretty sure we covered everything that's really worth talking about on the actual show, I was going to ask you guys, hiccups. Assuming we get like a second and third season or whatever, what are your predictions and or like hopes and dreams for like you hope to see this happen?
Go ahead.
I have to see the Demon King. Demon King
I
actually be physically present in the anime, see him actually do something.
Yeah, I want a Dilettante answer first. So yeah.
You just want to see the Demon King? That's it. That's your only hope and dream.
More so the actual world structure. Like, all we've seen right now is just little snippets here and there of human life. I want to see the overarching world and how the king fits into it, how he's ruling it, why he's sending weird skeletons to terrorize people. Like, that's some more world building, because we've already got the characters established.
I have now decided in my head canon the Demon King is going to be like some nobody nerd who is being forced into doing it because everyone assumes he's the Demon King. So it's just like the human version of what's happening to him.
So, the Daria from Dragon Ghost not setting?
All right, perfect. Because my prediction is not like either of your two. My prediction is that the Demon King either never existed or is already dead. And that his army has just been acting with impunity on its own, thinking that they've been getting orders.
In the name of the Demon King, turns out he's dead. Oh, okay.
And yeah, I by the time they finally have prepared and everyone is trained and ready, and even the dragon himself is like, I think I can actually do this. They show up and it's just
and he's dead.
He's already dead. He's just a skeleton on a chair.
It's a real authority from the Golden Compass moment. Shows up. Oh, he's already dead. Okay.
And then to cap off the entire plot, it'll be everyone going, "Wow, the dragon is so powerful and evil. He killed him before we even entered his throne room."
Yeah, the dragon goes in first. It's like, oh, he's already dead, and everyone else shows up like, "Wow, the dragon killed him so fast."
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. And then he's gonna be the new king, and they're gonna be like, "Oh God, yay!"
Now, my money is going down on a Wizard of Oz moment. It is going to be some, like, massively huge creature that's being controlled either from the head or, like, a little facility in the back.
Do not look behind the curtain. Ignore the man behind the curtain. I want to see Reiko, the girl, whatever her name is. I want to see her turn into a dragon. Like, just poof, she's a little female dragon now.
But if she does that, she's going to be super evil and unstoppable and destroy the world.
No, but she learns to not be evil.
She learns to not be... The thing is that they did say that that there is a possibility that she will become a dragon. And because when they're talking to Aliante, she said that is a possibility, and even Ravania was like, that can't happen, can it? And she goes, possibly. Like, maybe she is so in tune with Ravandia that she becomes I mean, even when she half transformed, like I said, she looked like a half dragon. Maybe that's just the way, quote unquote,
and like when they were like, "Oh, we're losing her," the black scales are spinning further. So it's like she could go full on dragon.
Yeah,
always go full dragon. But yeah, that's all I really want to see. There's not enough substance to really like expect anything else. It's just shenanigans.
Yeah, although they are fun shenanigans.
I guess we'll close the episode out here.
Yeah.
Instead of 2 hours, we only have like an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's
a short one.
I mean, the whole anime was 2 hours.
I know, right?
You could probably watch the entire anime and
in the time it took us to talk about it.
But closing thoughts. It is a good anime, and it. You know, the person who made the light novel kind of hit the jackpot. It kind of gives me hope or I guess it should give you hope too, or you as in the listener, that yeah, if you write a story that and put it out there, like the worst thing that can happen is that no one really pays any attention, but at least you can go, I did this, I made this, I send it to your friends, you know. But the best thing that can happen is some studio goes, this is ridiculous, I think this is great, let's pick it up. And you get contacted and they turn it into a goddamn anime and a manga series. And, you know, keep in mind, this started as a light novel. So it's like, I don't even know if that means that it had pictures.
No, light novels.
Yeah, it does not have pictures. So someone wrote something ridiculous and silly, and then a studio went, "Holy shit, love it! Here's a bunch of money. We're gonna make it." And it's like true success story right there. You know, you never know. I mean, fucking the guy who wrote Aragon, the very first book. I mean, that got turned into. Granted, the movie was fucking horrible, but don't think that the guy who wrote the book didn't get a ton of money out of it. So, yeah, the movie studio stepped in shit, but that's not the author's fault.
Listen, you don't make it until you actually get reviewed by this podcast.
You could say it's the author's fault.
I don't think it is. I mean, like, people... I went to see the movie in theaters, I think with you. And there was that whole scene where... what's her face?
No, the movie came out before you and I even met each other. You didn't exist when the movie came out.
Okay. Then I saw the movie with someone else, but there was that scene where the dragon was a baby, and then he... And
then flies in the air, comes down, and grown up.
Comes back down as grown up, and they skipped over, like, dozens of chapters, and people in the theater, I remember hearing people go, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, the only reason it would be, quote, his fault is because he didn't keep enough rights when he sold the movie rights or whatever, and so he wasn't able to step in and go like, no, you can't do
He
this.
was also really young when that happened, so I mean, like...
Yeah.
If a studio came to me and said, hey, that story that you just wrote and uploaded to wherever, we're going to give you, like, you know, $500,000. We're going to give you $500,000 right now in cash if you sell us the rights to that. I'll be like, done. Because in my mind, I'm like, I could just make something else. Like, that's fine. I'm going to get $500,000 and I can get a fucking house, you know? And it's like, I wouldn't even think twice. And I'm an adult. And it's like, if I were a kid and someone's like, we're going to give you...
That's just because you have no pride.
Yeah, no, I really don't. So, joke's on you. I never did.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, I could imagine that they could have taken advantage of somebody who wasn't entirely sure that they need to lawyer up and draft out contracts and stuff. Someone's like, hey, we want your thing. Here's more money than you're going to see in the next 30 years of your life. Okay. You know, that would be me.
Anyway. Thank you for joining us for this relatively short episode talking about the vegan dragon anime whose name I will never get right again.
Ravandia?
No, the name of the anime.
An herbivore dragon of 5,000 years gets unfairly villainized.
There it is. So thank you for joining us while we talk about that. I'm very disappointed it was not longer. I always am with everything, but like literally these were half-length episodes, so it's like... But yeah, if you want to get in contact with us to give us your opinions, to give us suggestions, requests, whatever, Bantam can tell you where that is.
All right, so you can reach us on Twitter at officialwadpod, which I hope Dilettante is keeping up to date on. Cough, cough, cough.
We'll find out today.
We have an email at wadpodcastmail@gmail.com. Probably the best way to get in touch with us, because I have that forwarded to my personal email. So, and I check it every day. So yeah, probably reach out to us through email instead of Twitter. Cough, cough, cough. We do have a Patreon, patreon.com/World of Dragons podcast. And we do have a Discord at discord.gg/KFJ8. No, it'll be linked in the show notes.
Yeah, because fuck Discord links.
Fuck Discord links.
But yes, also a very special shout out to our 2 VIP patrons, Comrade and Kazan. I am now looking at the votes. In our Discord, I was holding a vote. They're going to vote on our next book,
no.
and it is actually a tie between two different ones.
Is it Bound in Scales and High Fire?
Yep.
Then
they got the exact same votes, so we have to do both of them now.
I'm really upset. I tried voting, but then
I saw you vote, and then like 5 minutes later, the votes were gone.
because I realized that you were gonna be like, knock it off.
Bantam, what do you think you do?
I was gonna vote for Gork.
Gork got no votes.
No votes.
Gork the Teenage Dragon got 0 votes.
All right, so real quick, does High Fire or Bound in Scales have audiobooks?
All 5 of these had audiobooks. I made sure.
Okay. So we want to do a tiebreaker.
We could just do both.
We could do both.
But we need to figure out which one to do first. Which one first? All right, I'm gonna explain the general premise of both of these, and then you and/or Dilettante can pick.
Okay.
Right? So the two that won were High Fire and Bound in Scales. High Fire is literally a Dilettante story because it is a redneck dragon that lives in the South. He is living hidden from the world because he believes he's the last of his kind. Last time humans found out that the dragons existed, they sent dragon slayers and all this nonsense. So he's just living in the middle of a swamp, bayou, whatever. And then a little kid who accidentally witnesses a crime committed by the corrupt sheriff stumbles upon him and becomes his servant. Bound in Scales, I actually have not read, so we should probably just do that one first. But I'll let Dylan pick. I have not read, but apparently it is a guy who wants to write a book about dragons, like, because the dragons really exist, so he wants to write a book about them. And so he goes to, like, gather information and stuff. I'm going to butcher this. Let me just go to the fucking Goodreads page. I'm just going to read the blurb because I haven't read this, so I can't summarize it if I've never read it. For most of his adult life, Aldous has kept to the shadows until now. His passion to complete the Atlas of Dragons, the definitive guide to dragon lore, consumes him, and he must emerge from the safety of his studies to face the world once more. After years of research, he has discovered the secret to unlocking the fabled gateways powered by a legendary lost metal known only as Flare. Risking his life on an experiment fraught with danger, he embarks on an unimaginable journey to another world where dragons are real. He will forge an unlikely new friendship and face the ultimate test to his humanity, changing his life forever. His voyage of self-discovery leads to lies, deception, and betrayal that threaten to destroy everything he has strived to achieve. So I guess the librarian guy who's writing the book goes to a world where dragons exist and becomes friends with one, and then hijinks ensue. That's what I'm assuming.
I have my pick, but I'd rather hear Dilettante first.
Probably go with High Fire.
Yeah, I was going to say High Fire.
Okay, we do High Fire first, and then the next episode of that we'll do Bound in Scales because they tied, and I feel like that's
and
fair.
they're both audiobooks, so Dilettante won't cry too bad.
Well, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, but it'll be more like tears and just like a instead of like full on sobbing.
It'll just be like sad sniffles.
I'm okay with audiobooks. The way I still last minute audiobooks, but I have a particular method, and the only time I ever get any progress done on my Lego sets is when I have an audiobook to listen to. Because I can't multitask listening to an audiobook and playing like a video game or doing anything else. So I put the audiobook on, I turn on all the lights in my room, and I start working on my Legos. So my tank will be finished.
Woohoo! I guess I could build my Metal Gear Rex while I'm listening to the podcast or the episode or the whatever the book.
Yeah, I have the instructions for your Metal Gear still pinned in our Telegram conversation.
Metal Gear Rex. You gotta say the whole thing.
Metal Gear Dork.
That's it. You're getting slapped when you come down here.
Yep.
I got them tallied up. It's like as soon as I see you at the airport, I'm just gonna dish them all out.
You're gonna get arrested for assault. And the cops show up, and I'm like, no, I deserve this. Let him get it out.
But yes. So all right. That's what we'll do next time. I guess we'll see you guys then.
Yep.
Goodbye,
Goodbye, fellow dragon lovers.
Goodbye.